SpongeBob only reported a burly man, but he almost lost his life, because this man was not an ordinary strongman, but a cruel avenger. It is said that after his release from prison, he strangled to death everyone who had reported him. SpongeBob thought he could breathe a sigh of relief now that the man had been arrested, but in the blink of an eye, the man disappeared without a trace. He hurried to find a bodyguard, but no one in Bikini Bottom dared to take the job. They were all terrified of the Avenger. SpongeBob was so dejected he dared not go home. Suddenly, a burly man approached and said, "I'll be your bodyguard."
You don't understand, mister. I need protection from the scariest guy in town.
But to everyone's shock, the burly man was the Avenger himself. He had simply worn a fake mustache as a disguise. He had originally planned to strangle SpongeBob on the spot, but there were too many people around, so he had to find a secluded place to act. Before going home, SpongeBob insisted on going to the mall first. The Avenger had no choice but to follow. After a long journey, they finally arrived home, but SpongeBob realized his keys were missing. The impatient Avenger suggested climbing through the window by stepping on his shoulders. SpongeBob said, "This is a good chance to try out my new shoes." Before he could finish speaking, he stomped on the Avenger's eye. After a long time, the Avenger's eye was completely ruined. SpongeBob suddenly remembered that the keys were under the doormat. By this time, the Avenger was already furious. As the door opened, they were finally alone. He closed the door and was about to act, but suddenly the lights came on. It turned out that everyone had secretly thrown a party for SpongeBob. The Avenger could only sit awkwardly to the side, listening to them party until late at night. The Avenger had just closed the door and was about to act when the doorbell rang again. It turned out to be SpongeBob's birthday. A few days later, he anxiously asked, "There really isn't a party?" After repeatedly confirming there was no surprise, he finally reached out to grab SpongeBob, but the next second, Patrick suddenly appeared out of nowhere, firmly believing that anyone could be an assassin.
I'm the Strangler? No, I should have known! I gotta turn myself in!
He ripped off his mustache and shouted at SpongeBob.
I am! I bought it at the party store!
Did someone say party?
The Avenger's sanity completely collapsed.